There are many different types of economies in the world. Each has its own distinguishing characteristics and advantages as well as their disadvantages. Some of them share the same features, but they are not really the same. Each economy functions based on a unique set of conditions and assumptions. Economic systems can be categorized into four main types: traditional economies, command economies, mixed economies, and market economies. The traditional economic system is based on goods, on services, and normally on hard work, all of which follow certain established trends. It relies a lot on people, it relies a lot on hard work. There is very little division of labor or specialization. In essence, the traditional economy is very basic. It's among the basic economies that you can find, and the most ancient of the four types. This economic system is normally connected with hard labor, with hard work, with land, and also mostly with agriculture. The second one is the command system. It's a dominant system and it is centralized by authority. Usually the government controls a majority or a significant portion of that economic structure and is common in communist societies. If an economy enjoys access to many resources like oil, gold, natural resources, chances are it may lean towards a command economic structure. In such a case, the government comes in and exercises control over those resources. The people regulate other less important sectors of the economy, such as agriculture, small businesses, and the government allows little control over natural resources, especially when it's in abundance. In theory, the command system works very well as long as the central authority exercises control with the general population's best interest in mind. However, we all know that this rarely seems to be the case. Command economies are rigid. They are designed to keep the people out and to enrich those who are in government. The third one is the market economic system. Now, market economic systems are based on the concept of free markets. In other words, there is very little government interference. The government exercises little control over resources, and it does not interfere too much with important segments of the economy. Instead, regulations comes from the people, and the relationship between supply and demand are also, it may be influenced by the government, but it is also influenced by the people. The market economic system is mostly theoretical. That is to say, a pure market system doesn't really exist. You may ask why. Well, all economic systems are subject to interference by central authority or by government authorities. For instance, most governments enact laws or they introduce laws that regulate fair trade and monopolies. From a theoretical point of view, market economy facilitates substantial growth. Arguably, growth is higher under a market economic system. A market economy's greatest downside is that it allows private entities to amass a lot of economic power, particularly those who own resources of great value. And we've seen this in South Africa. We know that historical disadvantaged people struggled and are still struggling to enter into the economy. The distribution of resources is not equitable because those who succeed economically controls most of the resources, and they also control the economy to some extent. Number 4, the mixed economic system. Mixed systems combine the characteristics of the market and the command economic system. For this reason, mixed systems are also known as dual systems. Sometimes the term is used to describe a market system under strict regulatory control. Sometimes the term is used to describe a market under strict regulatory control. Many countries in the West follow this system. They follow the mixed system because of the benefits to both the government, to both the regulatory bodies, and the people at large. Most industries are private in this system, while the rest comprised of primarily public services made out of government structures, and these are under the control of the government. Mixed systems are the norm globally. Supposedly, a mixed system combines the best features of market and command systems. However, practically speaking, mixed economies face the challenge of finding the right balance between free markets and government control. Government tends to exert much more control than is necessary. I would like to add to this the following: global or world economy, a country's economy, a regional economy, a provincial economy, and a local economy like a city or even a town, a small town. Within each of these aforementioned economies, you have a macro economy, you have a micro economy, and you have a nano economy.